Who are the 4 greatest pro sports athletes of all time? That really is an insane question when you think about it. I consider not just each player's athletic ability and physicality, but also his influence on other players, the sport itself, and ultimately did he transcend his game and enter into the soul of pop culture. So without further ado, the Mount Rushmore of pro sports athletes. The first head on that mountain is so bad he makes medicine sick. From the world of boxing, I give you the greatest, Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali is a Golden Gloves champion, an Olympic gold medalist, and the former 3-time heavyweight champion of the world, the first boxer to ever achieve such a goal. He had amazing footwork, lightning speed, and lethal jab. Oh yeah, he was also just too pretty. He was a brilliant self-promoter and a silver-tongued wordsmith, giving us some of the most quotable quotes of all time, including what might be his most famous, "Floats like a butterfly, sting like a bee." He was confident, he was brash, he was loud, and he backed up everything he said. Ali's fights have become mythical. His first bout with heavyweight champion Sonny Liston saw the 7-1 underdog Ali dethrone the champ. The rematch proved to be a quick one, with Ali knocking out Liston in the first round, giving us this now iconic image. His 3 clashes with Joe Frazier, which included their first fight known as the Fight of the Century, and their last one known as the Thrilla in Manila, are legendary, with Ali besting Joe 2 out of the 3. And let's not forget his epic battle with George Foreman, better known as the Rumble in the Jungle. No one gave Ali a chance in hell to beat Foreman. As a matter of fact, there was genuine concern for his safety and health. But as the greats always seem to do, they defy the impossible. The then 32-year-old 7-1 underdog knocked Foreman out in the 8th round, stunning the world and cementing his legacy. Ali would retire for good in 1981 with a 56-5 record. Outside of the ring, Ali is a philanthropist, a humanitarian, and an ambassador of peace who has become a symbolic figure for courage and conviction. He's such a storied figure that in 1,000 years from now, I can picture people imagining the chronicles of his life in the same manner that we read about the Greek gods. So, from the world of boxing to the world of basketball, I give you the second head on that mountain, His Airness, Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan is a Hall of Fame 6-time NBA champion, having never lost an NBA Finals series, and all 6 of those times, he was named Finals Most Valuable Player. He was voted the NBA's regular season MVP 5 times, and he owns 2 gold medals, one as a member of the legendary original Dream Team. He actually holds too many records to list here. To the majority of basketball aficionados, Jordan is the GOAT, or greatest of all time, with no further discussion to be had. The mere thought that someone besides Jordan can even be considered basketball's GOAT is incomprehensible to most. Michael Jordan is the standard by which everybody in basketball is measured to this day. I mean, even outside of basketball, his name is synonymous with being the greatest. If you're regarded as the Michael Jordan of soccer, it means you're the best soccer player. If you're the Michael Jordan of the law, it means you're the best lawyer. Hell, if someone says that you're the Michael Jordan of data entry, you're the best damn data entry person in the world. Michael Jordan grabbed the public's attention both on and off the court. At his prime, he was unstoppable. Sometimes it actually looked like he could fly on the court. His competitiveness, supreme confidence, and athletic ability made him capable of carrying a team on his back when need be and will his team to victory. He put on a clinic night in and night out. His influence can still be felt. The footwork, the fallback, the drives, even the tongue wag have all been studied and analyzed by other players then and now. Off the court, his commercials, his Air Jordan shoes, and yeah, even Space Jam helped him to become one of the world's most recognizable and financially successful athletes ever. Last year alone, he pulled in an estimated $90 million, and the dude's been officially retired from the game for more than a decade. Hell, his logo is just as recognizable as the NBA logo itself. Quite possibly more. So as fun and exciting as basketball is, it's still behind baseball in terms of popularity in the United States. Our national pastime brings us the third head on that mountain, the Bambino, Babe Ruth. Babe Ruth is a Hall of Famer. As a matter of fact, he's part of the inaugural class of inductees. He's a 7-time World Series champion, 12-time American League home run champion, and 6-time RBI champion. Ruth ended his career with 714 home runs overall. He's probably best known as a power slugger for sure, but he was also a terror on the mound. Babe Ruth would begin his first full season as a starter in Major League Baseball in 1915 for the Boston Red Sox as a pitcher. He would end up winning 3 World Series with the team until he was infamously sold to the Yankees for $100,000. This transaction would forever be known as the Curse of the Bambino. Why? The Red Sox would go more than 80 years without another World Series win, while Ruth, who transitioned from pitcher to outfielder, would win 4 championships with the Yankees. Babe Ruth came along and helped change the whole style of play with his hard swing that gave more home runs and more reason for fans to come back to baseball. He mesmerized the sports watching world and captured the imaginations of many with every ball he hit out of the park and with every new record he'd smash. Baseball may be the second most popular sport in the US, beaten out by football, but in terms of the world, it gets crushed quite handily by soccer. The sport which brings us our fourth and final head on that mountain, Pelé. So the World Cup is one of the biggest sporting events on the planet. The country with the most World Cup winners is Brazil. They have 5. Pelé was an instrumental part in 3 of those, making him the only person in history to win 3 World Cups. One of the brightest stars in the 1958 tournament, he had a hat trick against France, mightily contributing to Brazil's first ever World Cup. Oh yeah, he was only 17 years old at the time. Much like the Olympics, the entire globe watches these tournaments. When you play like Pelé just did, the whole world is going to know your name. Pelé was the first to score 1,000 goals. Over the course of his stellar career, he's tallied a total of 1,281 goals in 1,363 matches. In 1970, Coca-Cola was the most popular brand name in Europe. The second most popular name? Pelé. He was quick, powerful, fast-thinking, talented. It really is quite unfair the amount of positive adjectives you can give to one guy. To this day, Pelé is considered to be the best soccer player to have ever played the game. So there you have it, the Mount Rushmore of pro sports athletes. Muhammad Ali, Babe Ruth, Pelé, and Michael Jordan. As always, subscribe to Gong's channel. And if you disagree with my list, as I'm sure a lot of you do, let me know who you'd put on your Mount Rushmore by leaving a comment below. I'll leave you with a quote from Muhammad Ali. Impossible is just a big word thrown around by small men who find it easier to live in the world they've been given than to explore the power they have to change it. Impossible is not a fact, it's an opinion. Impossible is not a declaration, it's a dare. Impossible is potential. Impossible is temporary. Impossible is nothing. See you next week when I carve out the Mount Rushmore of late night talk show hosts.